Good morning guys and welcome to another video. The sun is shining. It's currently Monday the 15th of May and we are going to get into this week with a positive attitude. So last week was absolutely hectic. I had one of the biggest funerals I have ever done and it all panned out perfectly, but there was a lot of stress. So that brings me in to this week's video. I wanted to let you know like 10 things I wish I knew before becoming a florist. So the first one will be, I didn't realise how much mess was going to be involved in floristry. Now, people always think that it's all rainbows and flowers and you just basically plod along all day just with all these lovely flowers around. No, this mess takes up a lot of our time, and also, where do we put the waste? There's so much of it every single day. So you have to plan out this within your costs of your business, because it is a massive cost to get rid of all the waste. Now, this is actually a good day. Normally my studio, and if I've got a photo somewhere when it's been so manic, normally looks like a bomb has gone off in here. So to get rid of your waste commercially, it can be very costly. Now, you can get commercial bins at your studio, or if you've got brick and mortar shop, then that is all good. You need a commercial bin to get rid of the waste. Now, this can actually be quite costly, so you need to think about this cost when budgeting for your profit within the year. Now, number 2 is perseverance. I first started my business in 2017. I was only doing funeral flowers for about a year, I think, and then I got the confidence to actually do daily bouquets. So you're going to have to persevere and be patient whilst your business grows. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to be a sprint. It's going to be a marathon. Okay, so it is going to take quite a lot of time to get your business off the ground. Now, nowadays there are a lot of florists that work on a cheaper basis. Some work from home, get like lesser grades of flowers and they sell them, and then the public might not know that the reason that their bouquets are cheaper than yours is because of the quality. Now, you need to make sure that your bouquets and your flowers and your work stands out from the crowd, because there are so many florists out there. So it is going to take quite a while if you are starting from scratch. So you need to make sure that your bouquets, your flowers, your arrangements are better or more different than anybody else's. For instance, I'm currently spraying my leather leaf, which was natural, rose gold, because just putting those rose gold textures is different and it makes the bouquet look a bit more special and wow. Now, when you first start, you aren't going to make as much profit as you will further on down the line. And the main reason for this is because you are going to get an odd order here and there. You're not going to blow up like overnight or anything. And we have to buy our flowers in bulk. So say these purple roses, if somebody just wanted one purple rose in a bouquet, you have to buy 10. So you're going to be left with leftover flowers basically. And then what you're going to do with them, because you haven't got a wide enough community or customers to sell these flowers on. So the thing that I used to do, and still do now if I've got leftover flowers, is I'll just bag them on my social media at like a lower cost. So then I know that I have made the profit that I need to make to run my business. But please be aware that you might lose money when you first start, but it is all going to be worth it at the end. It's all about patience. Don't think, oh, I'm going to pack up and make more money in a 9 till 5, because you have to be patient with the profit making, and we've all been there. And I've definitely been there. Like, I've had so many flowers left over all the time, and I'm just like, I haven't even made a profit. I've got so many flowers left over, there's no point. But you got to keep going, because the next week you might get like a massive funeral or a wedding, and then your profits will make up for it then. So don't feel bad if you're losing money at the start. All businesses do this. It's growing pains, and you just have to persevere in that way. Number 4, you have to be a jack of all trades. and try and be a master of all. So you've got to be the florist, you've got to be the assistant, you've got to be the cleaner, you've got to do the admin, you've got to be the delivery driver, you've got to be the salesperson, you've got to be a consultant. And sometimes this can be very, very difficult at times. But once you get the hang of it and make a routine in your day to set each timings of each job that you've got to do, then it works perfectly. I know that some people say teamwork makes the dream work. I personally work by myself and I think it works swimmingly. I do sometimes have freelance workers come in and help me, which is really good, but with the freelance as well, you don't have to pay somebody a full-time salary, because some days like today I've only got a couple of bouquets to make. If I have a full-time member of staff coming in, I will have to pay them, and then we'll just be sitting around basically doing nothing. Well, there's always something to do, but the jobs that your assistant has to help you with, they might not actually have anything to do really. So yeah, we just need to have a good think about that and realise that there is a lot of jobs to do within floristry. Now, number 5 is social life. Now, this has always been difficult for me with the fact that I do everything within my business. So my social life does come second to my work life, which is not the best, and I would not recommend that at all. So you need to make sure that you have planned your time so you do have a social life. Like sometimes my family will come in and be like, Gemma, you need to go out and do something because you're just stuck in here doing flowers all the time. And they're right. And then when I do go out, I feel refreshed. And it is just like a weight taken off my shoulders to then come back and then feel refreshed doing the flowers. So I work Monday to Saturday, 9 to 5 during the week, and then 10 till 1 on a Saturday. So I have a day and a half to do social activities. But it is really tiring at the end of the day. Like, I want to have a hobby, but I know at the end of the day, when it comes to like 6 o'clock, I'm just like, all I want to do is just watch TV and go to sleep. And I do really need to work on that. So that is one of the main areas that it does affect my social life, hobbies, etc. And taking other things on can make your head chaotic, because I am constantly thinking about, have I done everything? Are the customers satisfied? And so on and so forth, because my business is my baby, and you need to realise that sometimes your business will come first. Now, number 6 is deliveries. Now, when I first started, I was going here, there and everywhere. So I'd be going 40 minutes north, 40 minutes south, and I'd be out for the whole day. No, you need to cut down your mile radius, because it's going to take up the whole day. I was finding myself going to the wholesalers at 4 a.m, coming back for 5:30, making sure all the bouquets are ready so I can spend the whole day delivering, which was absolutely ridiculous. I should have had somebody to help me, but you know, but you have to charge for your delivery as well, because it's time. Like, it's taking your time, even though delivery, like petrol, costs like a few miles up the road, is just going to cost like a couple of pounds, and then you can be different from your competitors, like you offer free delivery. No, do not do this. Like, you are going to lose out, because of the amount of time that it takes to deliver if you're working on your own is phenomenal, and that's time that you could be making bouquets and being less stressed, if you get my gist. So yeah, so I basically do a 20-mile radius maximum now, just in the south. So when I deliver 20 miles up the road south, I can then come back, and within that distance there are going to be other deliveries there, so it's like a straight line for me instead of going all the way north as well, and it's going to take up my whole day. So you do really need to consider this. The other thing about delivering is you've got to plan your deliveries in advance. So this is going to take quite a lot of time. If you've got quite a lot of deliveries to do on that day, you need to figure out what areas you're going to and what's the best route as well. Now, there is apps for this. I think one is called Trips, and that's really good. You just put all the addresses that you're going to, and then it will tell you the best route to do, and in the lesser time frame as well. So I would probably recommend doing something like that. But I'm off out for deliveries now, and I'll be right back for number 7. Right, so I've just got back from my delivery and the recipient wasn't there. Well, I didn't think so. So I went to the first neighbours and they weren't in. So then I went to the second and I said, can I leave the bouquet with you for next door because they're not in? And she was like, no, sorry, no. And I was like, oh, okay then, that's absolutely fine. But anyway, I got it sorted. But that brings me on to my 7th thing that I didn't realise before becoming a florist, that not everybody is going to be satisfied, okay? You cannot please everybody. And now and again, you are going to have a customer that is not happy with the service or flowers you provided. It is normal in any business and it can feel really, really, really horrible. Now, don't let it get you down too much because it's all about damage control. If your customer isn't happy, then make sure you put things in place where you can make then the customer happy, because you don't want a bad review or anything. But I've just got to be clear that not everybody is nice, and without further ado, there is going to be those 1 or 2 customers that aren't going to be happy. I mean, you can get picky ones, you can get people that just want to complain to get money back. I am not going to lie. So you just got to prepare yourself for that. And not everybody just loves flowers. I mean, when I talk to people and I'll be like, oh, this person wasn't happy with the flowers that I did for them, or something like that, they'll be like, oh my god, people aren't happy with flowers. You get them. I can make the most amazing fresh bouquet and it might not be to somebody's taste, they might not like it. You can't always please everybody, so make sure that you remember that when or if you do get an unhappy customer. Number 8, when do I get holidays, or a small business owner working on their own get holidays? Well, guess what? I did not have a holiday for 3 years. Yes, 3 years I didn't go abroad. I mean, I'd go and see my sister in London or go on a weekend away with my friends and just little bits like that. But I'd always constantly worrying, oh my God, have I remembered everything? I made sure that I'd done everything for the wedding, and it was too much stress for me. But then one day my sister was like, right, we need to go to America, you need to get out of here, we need to go travelling. I was like, oh my God, no, I can't do that, because I plan things in advance, like weddings, for example. Like, people book years in advance. So the best thing that I did was, at the start of the year, I make sure that I block out any dates that I'm prepared to go on holiday for, because I do need a holiday and I do need some me time. So anyway, I did go on holiday and it was all perfect, all fine. All my customers were still exactly the same. Everybody still came back to me and it was all good. So yeah, if you are stressing about that, just realise that I've been there, I've been stressed. I didn't want to go on holiday, I didn't want to leave the business, but I did it. And I came back and it was all normal. That's what I was scared about. We'd come back and then everybody's gone elsewhere. No, they don't. And I went away for a month. So don't be scared to take breaks and holidays. It's absolutely fine. I know it can be a bit upsetting thinking I'm not going to make money in that time, but it's absolutely fine. You've got to think about yourself. That's the one thing that this year I've really been trying to do, was think about myself, because I put my customers and my business first with everything, but I need to take a step back and think about myself and go on holiday. And then the 9th is, we have very, very early mornings, and you have got to prepare for this. And then what we do in the mornings is we'll go to the wholesaler or get the flowers delivered, and we have to have them like in massive crates and boxes like this. I have put my rubbish in here, which shouldn't be, but these are so heavy, especially when they've got one on top of each other. It can be a massive mess. Mess? I don't even know what I was trying to say there. It can be a massive struggle, I should say, especially if you've got lots and lots to carry. You've got to organise all the orders for the next day, etc, etc. So it's all about time planning, but it's nothing really that you can't do, really. As long as you plan your time well, it's all good. And then number 10 is, despite all these things that I didn't know or realise before becoming a florist, I absolutely love having my own small business. I love being a florist, and I love that I can do this from day to day, and I don't have to have anybody that's telling me what to do. I am my own boss. I have the freedom to do anything that I like. So the other comments that I said before is nothing compared to the positives of running your own floristry business. It is amazing, the best thing that ever happened to me, and I wish that I'd done it sooner. So if anything, go for it and do it as soon as you can. Don't wait around thinking, oh, it's not for me, I don't know what to do, oh, I want to do it, but is it going to make me profit? Like, I'm scared of leaving my 9 to 5. Just go for it. All I can say is just go for it, try it out, and I swear you will see results, and it will be worth it in the end. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope it was super duper informative. If you do have any other questions or queries, please leave them in the comment box down below. Subscribe and like, and we'll see you in the next one.